yes, I did. I was just like, you know, I answered politely. He had said, not sure if I would do a show, buzzed. I mean, I don't like being served by a drunk bartender. I'm a server, and I'm sober when I do that. I could make a mistake. It's nice that you're on your topics, but you don't have to do it buzzed. Just saying. Who said I was buzzed? Even in my post, just because I was basically enjoying a beer or two with my Cleveland's most talented cosmetic tattoo artist.
We're not at a bar.
We're not even at a bar. We're actually in my living room.
At the end of the day,
I'm not even going to drive after this dude.
You know what? We love this dude so much.
Right.
Guess what? We're not even going to go ahead and...
We won't even acknowledge it anymore.
Communicate.
But I'm just going to say this. Please bring my crackers next time that I have cheese.
Got
cheese
crackers?
And crackers?
No.
Got crackers?
Got crackers?
Anywho, but no, let me just say this. It's all good. You know, I love the fact that, you know, somebody does have an opinion or whatever.
I love the fact you're paying that much attention.
I love that. That's awesome. That is so freaking awesome
you know,
right now.
You know.
That is so awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like Ellen DeGeneres right now. I feel like a little bit of Oprah.
Lo, that's when you know your aura and your love, because LOLO knows, is working. Listen, when your haters start increasing, then you understand your love is divine.
And you know what? I'm going to keep giving y'all as much as my love as possible.
Do you hate a person
I will be
you
like
really
Celie
don't love?
up in the purple, up in the color purple.
You like my theory is this, Lo. Think about this, Lo. I'm
gonna be Celie.
Look, we only hate what we once loved.
Damn. Right?
We only hate what we once loved. Do you hate something that you didn't
I feel like we're turning
love?
this love conversation into something else. But you know, it all goes hand in hand. What's up with that?
But I think our issue as people is we have to learn how to love.
That's right.
What we once hated.
Mm-hmm.
Can you love that person you hated? That person that made you just want to go ballistic? Can you love that person and say, I forgive you?
Absolutely.
I think that's the hardest part.
That is the most powerful thing that you can do in life, is to forgive and to love. People are they think that if they're fueled by some sort of like hatred or some sort of negative behavior, they feel powerful. Yes, those things will make you feel powerful, but you know what? Those things are also, you're going to wake up on a hangover the next day and you're going to feel like shit. Trust me. It doesn't last long. It's like a short-term high.
You know what I learned?
Seriously.
Love?
It's a short-term thing where, you know what, you get no gratification from doing that thing. You get more gratification knowing that you felt like you did the right thing.
Hey, Lo, have you ever noticed it's harder to love than it is to hate?
Yes.
You know, it's easy to hate.
Do you know what? It gets so much
easy to hate.
No, but
it's like, oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you back into the conversation because the only thing you could think about the whole thing was a negative thing. It wasn't even about love. It was.
But that's
well,
the
you know
condition.
what?
That's the conditioning of the world.
It was like you can't do this on this to. We're talking about love.
Just in relationships. Let's just go back.
Can we answer one question before
go
we
ahead.
go?
Go.
How many people make love sober?
We should tweet that. We should tweet that.
Can we please get an answer on that? How many besides the morning, because we know
I need a Facebook that like right now. Like seriously.
Like how many people really make love sober? I need an answer on that. Because
you know what? Honestly, this is the thing. You know what? That's a good question because, you know, my thing is this, you know, how many people are willing to allow somebody to really look deep within their soul and feel that naked within? Because making love is not just making love to a body. It's making love to that person's soul and their spirit and everything that goes with it. You should be as naked as possible to be really making love to somebody.
Making love.
Does anybody even understand that?
Yeah.
I don't know. They clothe themselves in the book of Genesis. But that's another story. I don't know. Are we really ready to go ahead and walk in the Garden of Eden naked? Not literally, but.
I mean, but you understand what I'm talking about.
I mean, can we shut ourselves from all of our materialistic clothing to understand who we are?
Okay, this is the thing. I just want people to understand, even though when I wanted to do this show, it's all about even just getting over even just breakups. And, when things just don't go your way, even when things don't whatever, how do you handle it in that situation? Do you go back retaliating? Do you go back, telling all kinds of people what this person did to you and this, that, and the other to try to make yourself feel better when really, how does that even make a difference?
I guess it depends on what kind of person you are in the end, on the inside, if you're going to go and do that. That's what I think.
But if you believe that good does prevail.
Good does prevail, but you can still get your heart broken and not go and talk about that person behind their back because you cared about them.
Right.
You did, no matter if they broke your heart or not, you still cared.
Right. You could talk about factual stuff when people ask you what happened. Stuff. You don't have to go too deep. You can just say basically how they made you feel and generalize why you got out of the relationship in the first place. But at the same time, still have love for that person and continue to put that out there, because you know what? When you've been in love with somebody and you claim that and you don't want to go reviling against that person and just rebelling against that person just because things just didn't work out. They may be doing those things to you, but you don't want to do those things to them.
Well, be the bigger person.
Go ahead, Shimmy.
I agree, but I think a lot of are stemming from that way of responding is a condition. You know what I'm saying? It's like a child. It's like we want to rebel and act indignant and throw a tantrum because we're not happy and satisfied of the choices we made. There's my theory is there's an action to a reaction, but you can't keep on going throughout life doing wrong and not being responsible for your actions, and then telling the person I'm going to do right, and then the next day you turn around and you just do wrong again. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because then you're not being truthful to yourself. And, with that, and then when somebody realizes and catches on to your bullshit, then they tell you, I don't want to deal with you. Now you want to act crazy. Why? Because you're not doing what's right. That's the whole issue. But now you're mad. You're like the little child. I can't get my way, so now you want to throw a tantrum.
But that's the thing. Even with a parent, think about all relationships, even with a parent with their child. They don't go against, if their kid goes and does something bad, do they go feeding into the behavior, or do they go along with their discipline and just discipline the behavior right then and there to get their, set a tone and to make sure that this doesn't happen again and that they're serious?
Well, I actually seen a woman in Walgreens tell another child, if you hit him, I'm talking to the one child about the other child. If you hit him, I'm gonna hit you. So at a young age, we're built on this whole regression and want to do harm. It's like you can't go ahead and tell a person okay, if you do wrong, if you hit him, I'm gonna hit you. Mm-hmm. Because especially in a relationship, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? You did me wrong, so let me up the ante to do you wrong again. And then the other person wants to up the ante and then up the ante until y'all just killed everything. Everything that y'all said y'all loved, everything you said that you believed in, you just killed it all because you're hurt.
And you know what? That's the thing. Hurt really manifests the worst out of anything. So that's why your words and your actions speak louder than anything, and it's just if you truly love somebody, you don't go back hurting them no matter what. And that's how I feel, even just coming out of breakups.
And that comes with the love,
even
with
just
the
coming,
hate thing.
Yeah, right. Even just coming out of breakups in my life. I don't go back reviling against and hating on people. You know what I mean? I go on just trying to have peace with it and figuring out what I learned from the situation, because this was part of my journey. This was part of my mirror. So I need to figure out what it is that I gained from that experience. Even if I look at it as even being a bad experience, there's some good that comes out of it. And if you start looking at it that way, instead of instead of in a negative aspect of what's, of what may come, I think you will always continue to attract what it is that you had if you do not learn from what was brought forth to you in the first place from your past.
I agree. It's called awareness.
That's it.
Being aware that we have to start coming to a point to understand that everybody's not going to be a purpose in our life.
Exactly.
Sometimes people may be a reason, a season,
or a lifetime.
I'm still trying to reach that lifetime, by the way. Single.
Shimmy Shan, putting it out there. Single.
Oh, and by the way, you do not have to be in a long relationship or be married to talk about relationship advice.
But let me just say this. You need to take some time in between relationships to be getting involved in another relationship. We should talk about that.
Stop bringing your toxic elements knowing that you're not right. And, I'm gonna speak this, and this is just being real, and I know a lot of women may hate this, but I know a lot of women look for a man to be responsible and take care of all these things. But ladies, don't get mad when we start asking you what that credit score look like. Looking for that 720 and above. So if the 720 ain't working, I guess the 745 is not. But that's another story. But
you know what? That is another story because, we can go on and on about what men look for versus what lady looks for.
But a lot of men ain't asking for that 720 though, ladies. But if he does, and if he asks you what's the last books you read, you may want to keep him around.
But you know what? That's a good thing. I don't know how many people are asking those questions and why they shouldn't be asking them questions. And maybe you aren't at the 720 score, but you're at a 640 and you're going to that 720. But at least you're trying because everybody has their story. But you know what? These are rightful questions that somebody who's trying to be serious about somebody should get into because guess what? Your debt becomes their problem if that's what it is. And then they can help. What? Go ahead.
You know what real love is?
What's real love?
A credit score?
No. The credit score matters, but it's the difference when she says, you know what, baby? No, it's a difference when she says I'm at a 590, and the man says,
hell no,
hold on, and the man says, you know what? I love your honesty and I appreciate your character. We're going to work on that 720.
That's what's up.
We're going to work on that 720. You see what I'm saying? That's where love comes in. You see what I'm saying? But if you can't tell me your numbers off rip, you're hiding something. Don't be ashamed.
Look,
listen,
but
didn't nobody start off?
People should. But look, let me just, I'm about to go to the second break, and right now we're going right back into Tilla, Matt Pentilla, a.k.a. Tilla from the Kick Drums, for this music segment. We'll be right back to LOLO Knows.
Commissioner!